Chapter 20, text 12. Yadyapi asau adharmena mam bhadniyat anagasam tathapi enam na hingsisye bhitam brahmatanum ripum yadyapya savadharmena mam badhniyadanagasam tathapyenam na hingsisye bhitam brahmatanum ripum yadyapya savadharmena mam badhniyadanagasam tathapyenam na hingsisye bhitam brahmatanum ripum
Yadyapya savadharmena mam bhadnyadanagasam tathapyenam na hingsisye bhitam brahmatanum ripu.
Yadyapya savadharmena mam badhniyadanagasam tathapyenam na hingsisye bhitam brahmatanum ripum.
Yadyapya savadharmena mam badhniyadanagasam tatapyenam hingsisye bhitam brahmatanum ripum. Yadyapi, although, asau, Lord Vishnu, adharmena, crookedly, without reference to the straight way, mam, me, badhniyat, kills, anagasam, although I am not sinful, tathapi, still, enam, against him, na, not, hingsishye, I shall take any retaliation, bhitam, because he is afraid, brahmatanum, having assumed the form of a brahmana brahmachari, ripum, even though he is my enemy. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Translation: although he is Vishnu himself, out of fear he has covered himself in the form of a brahmana to come to me begging. Under the circumstances, because he has assumed the form of a brahmana, even if he religiously arrests me or even kills me, I shall not retaliate, although he is my enemy. If Lord Vishnu, as he had come to Bali Maharaj and asked him to do something, if Lord Vishnu as he is had come to Bali Maharaj and asked him to do something, Bali Maharaj certainly would not have refused his request. But to enjoy a little humor between himself and his devotee, the Lord covered himself as a Brahmana brahmachari and thus came to Bali Maharaj to beg for only 3 feet of land. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Yadyapi asavadharmena mam badhniyat anagasam tathapyenam na hing sishye bhitam brahmatanum ripum. Although he is Vishnu himself, out of fear he has covered himself in the form of a Brahmana to come to me begging under the circumstances, because he assumed the form of a Brahmana. Even if he irreligiously arrests me or even kills me, I shall not retaliate, although he is my enemy. Today is the appearance day of Lord Vamanadeva. We understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead has many incarnations. Asankhya avatarahi asankhya hare. But some of them are more principal, important. So they mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Lord Vamanadeva appeared to Aditi and Kashyap. Aditi had performed a Payovrata process to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead as her son. And Kashyap Muni had done a lot of austerities. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead first appeared in four-handed form, just like when he came in his own form as Krishna. Then he, after giving audience and Aditi offered prayers, then he unmanifested, then was born through Aditi. So other names of Lord Vamanadeva explain about his pastimes. For example, Trivikram, one who took 3 steps. Urukrama can mean amazing feats, or it can mean big step, krama, big step. So according to his activities, interesting that when we put tilak, we chant different names of Vishnu. So Vamanadeva's names comes twice. Vamana, Vamanaya Namah, and Trivikraya Namah. Vamanaya Namah, Trivikraya. And what I mentioned is that when we put tilak, we chant the 12 names of Vishnu. So 2 of the names are Vamanadeva. So on this day we remember Vamanadeva, but we remember his amazing devotee, Bali Maharaj, who handed over his entire kingdom knowingly to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's common for Jiva Bhuta, conditioned souls like us, to be attached. We develop attachment to things because they give us pleasure, or because they give us some status. That's also pleasure. Some status, some position. So we become attached to things. And then to give up that thing is difficult for us. But we can imagine somebody who was ruling over the whole universe. What kind of attachment he would have had to that? What kind of pleasure and status he got? How could someone give up that? Knowingly, not it was. He came to trick him, but Bali Maharaj was aware it was Vishnu. If he had any doubt, his guru told him that Vishnu has come in the form of this boy, do not give up your kingdom. But he gave it up. So, in order for us to, in order to elevate us, the Supreme Personality of Godhead puts us in certain conditions and testing conditions. But always the test is not greater than what we can handle, because being Antaryami Paramatma, he understands who we are, what we are capable, he understands our Gyan, our Vairagya. So accordingly, he'll put us in a situation, difficult situation, to purify us and detach us, make us surrender. And some advanced devotees who are able to take it, he gives very great tests. But at the same time, just like when we do tests, in college or whatever, and sometimes as we go higher, that exam level is difficult, but what do we attain? We attain more after the test. So similarly, the tests, we undergo difficult times, but the more we are willing to go through for Krishna, the result will be more. Of course, we don't want the result, but Vishnu gives the result.
Advancement will be.
Yeah.
They said.
Yeah. The result. Yeah. Advancement is the result, and some material benediction sometimes is given. In the case of Prahlad Maharaj, and Dhruv Maharaj. So he surrendered, and he got such a great material opulence as well. He attained the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he also attained a great material position. So now for Bali Maharaj, what is that test? For us to give up maybe a car or a phone or something will be so difficult, or position, or the body. We are very attached. But Bali Maharaj gave up the kingdom. Basically, he was ruling the whole universe. So, what kind of level of detachment he had, we can know. 9 forms of bhakti are given in Bhagavatam, and all of them, is it Rupa Goswami who wrote that a particular personality exemplifies each of them. So Shravana, the bhakti, form of bhakti of hearing, who exemplifies that? Parikshit Maharaj. He heard for 7 days and attained perfection. Then Kirtanam, exemplified by Shukadev Goswami, who speaking 7 days attained perfection. Katha, Kirtan, glorification of Krishna. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, exemplified by Prahlad Maharaj. He was put under such difficult conditions, but remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was not affected. He was linked, and he attained perfection in that way. Even before that, he attained perfection by constantly remembering the instructions and teachings which Narad Muni had spoken to him when he was in the womb. Smaranam, Vandanam, prayers. Who offered prayers and attained perfection? Wasn't it Gajan? Kunti, not Kunti.
She offered prayers of Kunti.
Yeah, actually many people offered prayers in Bhagavatam. If I recall, it was... Yeah, Akrur, sorry, it is Akrur. He attained perfection by offering prayers to the Lord. Archanam. Archanam is who offered prayers. Archana and got perfection. Archana Ananda. Prithu Maharaj. His name is Archana Ananda. So, yeah, Archanam. Then Dasyam. No, before that is? Before that. Archanam, Vandanam, we said that. Archanam. Dasyam. Pada Sevanam. Pada Sevanam is exemplified by Lakshmi Devi. She served the lotus feet of the Lord and attained perfection. Oh, she's perfect, but she attained perfection, we understand. Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Dasyam, who as a servant of the Lord attained perfection. Hanuman. Hanuman attained perfection. Hanuman. Dasyam, Sakyam, as a friend of the Lord. Arjun attained perfection. What kind of perfection? He received Bhagavad Gita. He received the eternal spiritual knowledge that will remove us from this material existence. So when we speak about these forms of bhakti, people hear them, and especially new people, when we speak about the last one, they panic. Atma Nivedanam, giving up everything from the Lord. This is bhakti. I don't want to do bhakti. Give up everything for the Lord. That's the last one. That is special personalities. But eventually we have to do it. But not necessarily giving up materially. We may have it, but we give it up and use it in the service of the Lord. As we are taught by Rupa Goswami. Yukta Vairagya. So, Bali Maharaj exemplifies Atma Nivedanam, giving up everything for the pleasure of the Lord. It's a form of bhakti. As we perform these forms of bhakti, we get perfection. So, the root is Shravanam. We will not know about bhakti unless we hear about it. So, Shravanam. But Atma Nivedanam, giving up everything. When someone does this, Krishna rewards. We never lose by giving. We never lose. So, Vishnu favors his devotees. We hear in Bhagavad Gita, he says, first of all, that actually I am equal to everyone. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dvesho asti na priya. I don't hate or love anyone. Actually, everyone, just like a parent, you will have a misbehaved child and a good child, but they're all dear to the parent. So we as souls, we are all dear to Vishnu, even the misbehaved ones. But then, out of the children of the parents, one of them, maybe say the youngest one, who fully depends on the mother to feed him, to take him everywhere, he fully depends. So the mother takes special care of that child. So in the same way, a devotee, or let's say a jiva, who fully surrenders to the Lord, that I'm not going to try to take care of myself, I surrender to you. So then the Lord takes special care. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshvasti na priya ye bhajanti tamam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. But one who worships me is special to me. Maite teshu chapyaham. I am in him, he is in me. Analogy to explain how someone is so dear that we always think about them within ourselves. So yes, Vishnu is equal to everyone, but to his devotee takes special care. In this, what happened in this Leela, events prior to this, was that the demigods lost their kingdom to the demons. So Bali Maharaj had conquered the heavenly kingdoms which belonged to the demigods. So Vishnu, being inclined to his devotees, he took a form to get back the kingdom. And Vishnu, being all-knowing, Sarvagya, knowing the mind of Bali Maharaj and the demons, he'll always do anything in such a way which is perfect for that situation. So the form that he came, and in the circumstances he came, it was perfect for that condition. Bali Maharaj was charitable. He was born family of demons. But we have to remember he is a grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So he was pious. He followed his duties, kartavya, duties were followed. So Vishnu knew that if he came in a form to beg from him as a brahmana, brahmachari, brahmanas are given charity and brahmacharis. He came as a brahmachari and asked for 3 steps of land. Still someone may panic, 3 steps of land, but he came as a dwarf. So a dwarf, what is his 3 steps? So he came in that form, and in that way tried to get the kingdom back of the demigods. And as he calculated that Bali Maharaj was pious and obligated. He felt obligated that I have to give charity because this personality has come to me. And then his guru told him, no, this is Vishnu. Then he thought, even if it is Vishnu, but he has come in this form, I have to award him. I have to give him what he asked for. So why did he come in the form of Vaman? Well, that was one reason, what we said, that Bali Maharaj will reciprocate more with him because he came in a way to beg land from him. But another reason is there, Prabhupada says here in the purport. he said that, but to enjoy a little humor between himself and his devotee, the Lord covered himself as a Brahmana brahmachari. God has sense of humor. And he came in a form, and he said between him and his devotee. So yes, Bali Maharaj knew this is the Supreme Lord. But why did he come in this form? And in this Leela, he took back the kingdom of the demigods. So we can say, so the Supreme Personality, he took care of his devotees. He gave back the kingdom. And what did the demigods do? They enjoyed the kingdom. But it was not so simple like that. Just like Vritrasura, that Leela in Srimad Bhagavatam. Who was the devotee? Who was the demon? Vritrasura was a demon, supposedly externally, and he was fighting with Indra. And Indra was demigod. What we understand in Shastra, Dva imau purusha, dva bhuta sarga loke asmin, deva asura evacha. In this creation there are two types of living entities. Demons and demigods. So Indra was a demigod. He's a devotee. No, actually the devotee was Vritrasura. What is the demonic principle? Sense gratification. Enjoying separate from Vishnu, that is asuric. As Srila Prabhupada mentions in one lecture, yes, we're all, we use this word devotee loosely. Okay, we're devotees. He's a devotee, or they're devotees. Actually, devotee means free from guna, free from desire for sense gratification. And we have seeds of demonic propensity, because since we have tendency to enjoy, that means we can anytime be taken over by these material desires and become demoniac. We hear in past times of the persons who are devotees and turn to demonic propensity later. In Ramayana, some examples are there. So, Vritrasura was a devotee, fully surrendered to the Lord. And he understood that, oh, the Lord wants to kill me. So, Indra, kill me. What are you hesitating? Kill me now. Indra was hesitating. Shall I kill him? Will it work? It will work. Vishnu gave you the weapon. It will work. Come on, kill me now. And he was still in confusion. Then he told him, Abhijit has come. That hour, the muhurta for victory, whatever is done at this moment, gives victory. He knew that. He said, now you can kill me. So he killed him. But Indra got a reaction from killing a devotee. So similarly here, who was the devotee? Because Bali Maharaj lost his kingdom, the demigods got their kingdom back. Indrari Vyakulam Loke Mridyanti Yuge Yuge. There it says in Bhagavatam 3rd, Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 28, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead always helps the demigods whose kingdom is taken by the demons. But in this whole Leela, what happened to Bali Maharaj? He lost his kingdom, but what did he gain? He gained the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, in the form of Vamanadeva, benedicted him and said that his chakra will always protect him. And he gave him a place of residence in Sutala. We can just read from that section, 231. So here in Bhagavatam, in Canto 8, Chapter 20, beginning from text 31, it's explained. Here, Vishnu is speaking. Yeah, 31. Yeah, 31. No, sorry, not 31. It's 22. It's further. 31. Canto 8, Chapter 22, text 31. I was in the wrong chapter. Demigods. He will become king of the heavenly planets during the period of the Manu known as Savarni. So Bali Maharaj supposedly lost his kingdom. The demigods gained it. Vishnu helped him. Vishnu helped his devotees. Yes, but Bali Maharaj, he is the real gainer. Spiritually, Materially also. So here he is given a kingdom, a place called Savarni, which Vishwakarma himself had created. And later on it says what is the nature of this place. And he says that he will become the king of heaven in a future Manu. He himself, Bali Maharaj he'll take the position of Indra, that's his benefit. And he says, until Bali Maharaj achieves the position of king of heaven, he shall live on the planet Sutala, which was made by Vishwakarma, according to my order, because it is especially protected by me. Vishnu says, it is free from mental and bodily miseries, fatigue, dizziness, defeat, and all other disturbances. So he told Bali Maharaj, you may now go and live there peacefully. Now, anytime anyone has a kingdom, always the threat is someone to take that kingdom. But here, Vishnu says, on the planet of Sutala, not even the predominating deities of other planets, what to speak of ordinary people, will be able to conquer you. As far as the demons are concerned, if they transgress your rule, my disc will kill them. So Vishnu gave his chakra to protect Bali. O great hero, I shall always be with you and give you protection in all respects, along with your associates and paraphernalia. Moreover, you will always be able to see me there. So this is the benefit. This is the benefit. That's material benefit, what we just mentioned. But Bali Maharaj got Vishnu. He got spiritual perfection by his act of giving up everything. Because there you will see my supreme prowess, your materialistic ideas and anxieties that have arisen from your association with the demons and Danavas will be vanquished. In the purport, Prabhupada says, finally the Lord assured him of protection from effects of bad association with the demons. Bali Maharaj certainly became an exalted devotee because he was somewhat anxious. But he was somewhat anxious because his association was not purely devotional. So, if we give up to the Lord, we never lose, we gain. And we sometimes pray for some benefit from the Lord, spiritually or materially, but actually we don't know what's our benefit. We don't know what will benefit us. Supreme Personality of Godhead, being Antaryami, understood Bali Maharaj's anxiety that, okay, I've got all this benefit, but I'm associating with demons. What about that? So Vishnu says, no, I'll protect you from that. Because he'll always be seeing Vishnu outside his kingdom. So on this day, Vamanadeva appeared. We remember Vamanadeva, but we remember the exemplary surrender of Bali Maharaj, who exemplifies Atmanivedanam and convinces us that we are attached to so many things, but it's nothing compared to whatever our possessions are. It's nothing compared to what we could gain if we give it up for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gradually that would happen in one life or many lives. We'll have to become what Kunti Maharani, what was that? Next verse was Kinchana Vitaya, one who is bereft of all possessions. Namo Kinchana Vitaya Nivritti Vidishedataha. One who can approach Krishna, one who's free from all possessions. Of course, it doesn't mean giving up. We may have it, but giving it up like it should be used for Krishna's service in that way. Oh, we may have to give it up. Krishna's plan. We'll follow his plan. Shri Vamanadeva ki jai. And his great devotee Bali Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
We have questions.
Yes.
Я не знаю, почему Валя Махарадж родился как преданный, если он был преданный чистый, родился гневом.
Why Vali Maharaja took birth as a demon if he was pure devotee? What was the reason?
I can't recall that this is mentioned here, but what we can understand generally that our birth is due to our past sinful reactions or desires. So, for example, Vritrasura in past life, he was a devotee who made some mistake. And so, in this case, we can see that he took birth as a demon, but whatever he would have done in the past, still he kept that spiritual credit, and that saved him in the end. So why did he take birth as a demon? Karmanadeva netrena, as says in Lord Kapila says, Jantu deho papate. According to our actions, we'll take a birth. It was mixed. For many people, it's mixed. They'll be a devotee, or some sattvagun, some rajagun, some tamagun, or devotional character, but still having some traces of material desires, which Krishna will take care of if we are sincere. He benefited by taking birth in the line of Prahlad Maharaj, so Vishnu would not harm him. Even though he opposed his devotees, the demigods, still he was given, although Vishnu corrected the error, but he got benefit from that. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any other question? Yes, sir.
Как сказали, общение очень важно. Валя Махарадж всю жизнь, хотя был преданным, общался с демонами, с Шукрачарьей, но все равно, когда пришел Вишну, он предался ему. То есть обычно как бы все равно общение настягивает сильно.
Generally, we know that association is very important. But we see in the life of Bali Maharaja, he was associated with demons only. And usually bad association leads to degradation. But
yes.
In his case, he was perfectly Krishna conscious when Vamana came to him. He reacted perfectly. How we can explain this phenomenon?
Okay. So the question is that generally association, it influences our character and our actions. So Bali Maharaj was born in a demonic family, but he reacted perfectly when Vishnu approached. He didn't react, say, in a demonic way. Well, previous answer was there that due to his, from past life, he would have had some good qualities and bad qualities. So his birth was a product of that. But there's another reason also that we understand. I recall in a purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita that sometimes the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he makes his devotees take birth in situations and places just to show people, for example, that anyone can become a devotee. And also, what is the power of bhakti? That whatever the person, his character was, but he's practicing bhakti, and that can remove everything. And if I recall, that was in a purport somewhere of Haridas Thakur regarding him. Even as Srila Prabhupada said when he appeared, a lot of the people who came to him, came to assist him. Prabhupada said that A lot of you have taken birth just to assist me in my movement. And even at that time we saw people taking birth in certain situations and places which would be maybe for someone who's very orthodox and not fully knowledgeable of bhakti, they'd be shocked. How can a devotee do this? How can they be born like this and be known as a devotee? But it's to show this, that some people are born in situations to show others as an example. So we heard that in Srila Prabhupada Leela, Chaitanya Leela also. So very likely that's possible. That you see that Bali Maharaj was born in a demonic family, but how was it he was not influenced by that? Same like Prahlad Maharaj, his grandfather. So we see, and these are glorified in Bhagavatam. So again, we see what is the power of bhakti. And in the purports, this point is made again and again. Especially Prahlad Maharaj and Vritrasura Leela, the point is made again and again. That actual bhakti is so powerful that even whatever situation someone is born, or whatever his nature is, it's purifying. And person should be considered as a devotee, even if it's a devotee. So to show that happens many times. Just to show that also, Krishna sometimes allows his devotees to take birth in certain situations. No point. Yeah, I can't recall. Yes.
Another reason.
Yeah.
Bali Maharaja learned Shastra from Prahlada Maharaja.
Yes.
He was
grandfather. Yeah. His grandfather was a pure devotee. He learned Shastra from Prahlad Maharaj.
Great devotee.
Yes.
It's very powerful. Bali Maharaj изучал Шастры под руководством Праhlada Maharaja. Вот это одна из причин, почему демоническое окружение на него не влияло. То есть на него влияли наставления правильные.
Yeah, these kind of situations, they are not in Mahabharata, for example. There it's very clear. But Bhagavatam always, to explain points, put amazing situations to...
То есть в Махабхарате там все прямолинейно, просто ситуации все очень простые. А в Бхагаватам они очень сложные, очень запутанные.
And Bhagavatam is an expansion of...
Ситуация описывается.
We know Bhagavatam is an expansion of Bhagavad Gita. So in that Gita, that verse comes, Api chet su duracharo bhajate mamananya bhag sadhureva samantavya samyak prani samyak vivasito hisa shipram bhavati dharmatma. That's also there. Anyway, who's considered, even if, but in this case it was not like that. He was a devotee. But if someone is even considered, he does something wrong, but if he's a devotee, then he's properly situated in his determination. Sadhureva samantavya, should be accepted as a sadhu. So Bali Maharaj was not a demon, practically, if we analyze it. He was not a demon. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Vamanadeva avatar ki jai.